Awesome shot there. All right. Anyway, anybody's welcome to join, but I want to give everyone an opportunity to hop in. You know, first come, first serve, though. So whoever gets in, gets in. So join on me through the Steam group. Yeah, you guys can come back. If you're the first in, you're the first in. First come, first serve. Yeah, anyway, there, Ed the Duck. I usually end up streaming late night just because of my crappy schedule, and I wish I could stream earlier. But I just never have the opportunity to. I work 10-hour shifts. So I go into work at 3 p.m. and I get off at 1 a.m. normally. And then on the busy nights I have to stay late, so then I don't get off till 3 or 4. But anyway, I get home and, you know, that's like my window of opportunity for playing. And it just so happens that my wife works a graveyard shift. So the wife's not home. Like right now she's at work, which, poor thing, at work on a Friday. All the crazies are out on Fridays. But anyway, so of course you know, I told her it doesn't matter if she's kicking it watching TV. I mean, there's a noise gate on the microphone. Yeah, now I play with a lot of people from the UK. The majority of my friends are my online friends are usually either from the UK or Europe. Let's see, what do we want to do? Let's see, we did. I don't want to deal with Unholy Catacombs with that buggy mess. I tell you what, let's try the Bling King again. I'm not sure there, Stavion. Wait until I get into a map here and see if it'll let you join then. Let's try the Bling King again. Hopefully we don't get... I really need a set of gloves on my monk. I don't want to get that item power 1 stuff. Yeah, anyway, my streaming schedule is intermittent, and that sucks, but it is what it is. Like right now I'm scheduled off on Friday night, and that's just kind of because of seniority in the casino business. You know, I've been around forever. I won't start it until we get 4 people in here. But anyway, with even though I've got the seniority, you know, if it's a holiday weekend or whatever, you know, on like normal weekends, they let me do what I want, which is kind of nice. But like on a holiday weekend or whatever, like last weekend I had to work all weekend, and that was meh. But what can you do, you know? Gotta pay the bills. The wife insists that I keep paying the bills. And that's, you know, what can you do? Anyway, stoked to see you come by. I know, you know, I've caught a bunch of your streams, and like I said, my stream schedule is so intermittent. A lot of Dungeon Defenders 2 streamers never get an opportunity to pop in. I actually would love to do some maps with a lot of you guys at some point. It'd be a lot of fun. Let's see, get these guys buffed. So, I'm not sure what got us there. I think it was a kobold, though. Lane resistance went out a while ago there, Prometheus. I don't even remember what update it was, to be honest with you. It was several updates ago. I think it was it the Calling All Heroes? Or was it before that? I think it may have even been before that. But the lane resistances were nice because it added a little additional challenge, but it wasn't... Yeah, it wasn't a huge challenge. Sounds good there, Ed. I'll do that. It, you know, the lane resistances, they were... You just built differently, you know, and at the time, the Frosty Traps build was so powerful. All you had to do was explosive traps on, you know, the magic lanes and elemental chaos on the others. So it wasn't, it was pretty easy to overcome. But I think they want to take a different direction, you know, with, they want to take a different direction with the mob AI and everything. You know, you hear people talk about the strategic revamp. Eventually we're going to get that. And, you know, that'll be awesome. Add a little bit more challenge into it. Let's see, I'm just going to spread these guys around this time. You know, I think with the... Now, when you do this map solo, I do this map solo a lot, at least once every day. It's really, really easy. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. I got Serenities all the way around. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, when you do this map solo, it's, the change to proton beams didn't really make much of a difference. It's still, you can use the exact same build. Where before the skill spheres got changed for the proton beams with the crit and the attack speed, you know, they were ridiculous. There's no doubt. But it was, you brought everything to a complete dead still. Alright, so I got I got 4 more entries and 200 DU, so that's 50 per. So we're going to have to do something a little bit different here. I did 60 per last time. See, let's go with, let's go like that. And then some of these spots, like right here on these stairs, it's such a choke point where everything has to filter into that. It's pretty easy to get coverage right there. Yeah. But yeah, when the strategic revamp comes, you know, that's going to add a substantial amount of difficulty back into the game, and that's going to be awesome. You know, that of course is a while out. You know, it's not coming anytime soon, from what I understand anyway. Oh, are there plans to bring back lane resistances? Well, awesome. I mean, anything to make the game more challenging, to be honest with you. I mean, anybody that anyone that played the original game and says that they never AFK'd a map is just lying through their teeth, you know. But of course, as far as playing the game goes, it's always better to play the game. Oh, no plans, okay. I was going to say, oh. No plans, now plans. Whatever, man. It's all good. Yeah, like I said, the lane resistances, they just didn't add, I don't think they added the desired amount of challenge that Trendy was looking for. You know, all you had to do was just go with, you know, you could use the exact same builder, your Huntress, with the traps, and you just had to go with a different, you know, a different trap on that lane. It was made really not much of a challenge. Oh, it's all good. Let's see, I'm anxious to see a piece of gear drop in Wave 2 here. So we can see if we got the item power 1 bug again. Hopefully we didn't. You know, nobody wants that, of course. I think they'll address that pretty quickly, because that's, you know, the Dungeon Defenders community is pretty hard on Trendy as it is. We are a demanding group of folks. There's no doubt about that. So, and they really do. They try very hard to accommodate us. Absolutely, I would agree with you, Ed. I mean, it's definitely... I mean, the more areas that we can bring up to Trendy, the better, you know? I mean, long term, it's going to be a much better game. You know, I've been playing Dungeon Defenders 2 for quite a while now. I don't even know how long. I think in November it'll be 2 years that I've been playing it. I'm not positive. Whenever the very first... I missed the very first round of Defense Council opportunities. It kind of sucked. I worked the day that this Defense Council seats, the very first ones. Oh, they'll message back there, Ghostly. Anyway, the very first round of Defense Council seats, the night before, I ended up getting stuck at work. The graveyard pit boss called in sick, and you know, at night we're slow. You know, on the graveyard shift we're a lot slower, so it only requires one person. But that one person called in sick, and I was the person he was supposed to relieve. So I ended up getting stuck there for like a 15 or 16-hour shift, and I fell asleep waiting for the Defense Council seats to come available. And when I woke up, they were gone. It was just heartbreaking. I think they're doing a great job with Dungeon Defenders 2 as well. I mean, like I said, when I first started, I played the game for probably a week or two. In my mind, I had it, you know, I just thought that it was too different, and I didn't like it, and I just stopped playing it. And then I came back. I saw that there was an update. Something came around. I mean, I'm not even sure what it was, but I came back and started playing it. And once I got a little bit deeper into the game, I just fell in love with it again. And now, you know, if I'm just sitting here in the living room watching a movie with the wife or whatever, I just feel wrong if I don't have an Onslaught going in the background. You know, I'm definitely a full-blown addict now. There's no doubt about it. ESOM does a really good job. I tell you, two gaming companies. You know, anybody that's been around the channel for a while knows I'm a big fan of Robot Entertainment as well, and the Orcs Must Die franchise. I just really like Robot Entertainment. You know, all of the interactions I have had with them have been insanely positive. But their community manager, 6OK, and then Trendy's community manager, I Am ESOM, they both do a great job. I mean, they're the best, in my opinion, they're the best community managers of any game I think I've ever played. We got one spot available, guys. If anybody wants to hop back on in, feel free to join up. I was watching that stream there, Ghostly. He said that he would take care of you. I'm sure he will. Like Ed the Duck said, it's the weekend, so those guys got off work. It's their Friday night. If I know ESOM said he's got a bunch of work he had to do tonight, but I'm sure the rest of the guys are, you know, enjoying their Friday night. I would be if I was them. Alright, we got gold right back over there. See if I can snag that bad boy. This map, I like the concept of it. I actually like the concept of this map better than I like the concept of the Unholy Catacombs, as far as like the puzzle that needs to be achieved or whatever on challenge mode. I thought that the hanging out in the basement on Catacombs made Unholy Catacombs a little bland, in my opinion. It's actually fun now to see how fast you can kill the mobs before all the... You know, of course, you know, a lot of people don't know that, but if you kill... If the wave is dead before all of the Spectral Knights are cleansed, the Spectral Knights just disappear. So if you kill all the baddies first, that wave is over. Doesn't matter how many Spectral Knights are out. So it's actually kind of fun to try to spawn camp the mobs. And, you know, see if you can't... Like, when you get to, like, wave 5 and 6... maybe like take out the first 1 or 2 Spectral Knights and then just try to kill all the bads before you know, before the other Spectral Knights get all up on your business. Yeah, it's nice, you know. And then on that same note, it makes for, you know, if you're doing the grind and you're playing this map over and over and over again and you got a group of people, you can get this map done really, really quick, you know, and that, of course, is a huge benefit as well. And I mean, from that aspect, I like that point of it with the Buried Bastille as well. I mean, you can do speed runs on that map and get it done fast, you know. Yeah, Catacombs is, it's actually, you know, I hate to single out any one map like that, but Catacombs is actually probably my least favorite incursion or challenge mode. Oh shit, I didn't look at any of the gear. Are we getting the level 1 gear again? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I'm gonna switch to the monk right at the end. Try to get me some monk gloves. If Catacombs was 5 ways, I would agree with you. I think it would be more enjoyable. Maybe more Spectral Knights, or make the Spectral Knights move a little faster and only have 5 waves. I think that would be awesome. Well, if you're not, I'm assuming I'm not either. I haven't looked at any of the gear. But that sucks. I thought this whole time I've only had it on Life Root. I've probably, you know, since the update came, I've probably done, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 maps. And the only ones I've had it on was Life Root Incursion. So I thought it was specific to that map. I didn't realize that it could come on any of them. Get this Explodinator down here real quick before I return this crystal. Double jump for the win. My slow moving ass would have never made it across there if it wasn't for that. But it's nice, you know, it's nice when you're rewarded for playing in a group. You know, of course, in the original and in Eternity, you know, it was in your best interest to play with a group as far as loot grinding goes, because there was more mobs and more loot. Where in DD2, that's not necessarily the case. So these two maps, the Bling King and the Buried Bastille, are both rewarding in that aspect, as you're going to get the map done quicker when playing it as a group. Little sneaky bastard. See, there was a kobold that snuck through on that one. Ben Kenobi! Not letting you join, huh? That's shitty. Somebody mentioned earlier that if you join the chat on the Steam group, it would let you in. Let's see, wave 5. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna monk it up in wave 5. Do I have a speed buff on him? Yeah, I do. Good. I was gonna say it'll be difficult to play without a speed buff. There we go. We got a full group again. Kotu is back. Kotu snuck in in wave 5 just for the free loot. I see how it is. At least we got loot this time. Ooh, we got some lag spikes too. Oh ho ho! Took one to the face. What's my favorite character? You know what? That changes patch to patch. I think my favorite DPS character... I think it will probably end up being the Gun Witch. Of course, I don't know enough about the Gun Witch yet to make that claim. Right now, my favorite DPS character is just an apprentice with the halberd. I think that halberd adds so much to the game. Makes it so enjoyable. Oh, did I see something run through? Or no? That was one of you guys. I was like, oh shit. Die, you dirty bastard. I would say probably the apprentice right now. It didn't used to be. For DPS. And as far as builder, it's too hard to say. I really like what the EV2 brings in. I like the proton beams. I like the buff beams. I like how it can be a strong addition to any build. You know, and for that matter, monks have got a... Their boost Rs got changed to the benefit, for sure. Boost Rs are well worth using again. Well, shit, I thought I had a gold. I was spacing. Make sure I don't have... Okay, yeah, so that was 671, so I don't have the level 1 bug. But I don't know. I mean, my favorite character changes. You know, in the original Dungeon Defenders, my favorite DPS character was the Jester. By far, I played the Jester all the time. I think if the Jester made a comeback to DD2, or I don't even want to say if, I'll say when the Jester makes a comeback to DD2, I think it'll be an instant fan favorite. I'm not positive on that one, Ben Kenobi. I think... Come on, give me some gloves. No gloves. I got another crystalline saber. I got a bunch of those, though. The Blingomitis. Another Blingomitis. The Jester was awesome. I absolutely loved it. And the Jester, too. I mean, once you got the hang of the little slot machine and the rolls, you were a powerful addition to your group. I mean, you got it done. There's no doubt about that. So, let me see what my Squire is. I don't know if mine rolled at the max. Ed the Duck might be able to tell us. I know that I got lucky on my Squire roll. My blockades went up by about 40, 50, 60,000, something like that. And I'm not positive if my my relic is maxed as far as the passive goes. But it may be. Come on now. You can do it. You can take us to the tavern. I know you can.